Welcome to my review of the Kindle Fire. Let me just get this out of the way by saying that this is really impressive. I mean, I would easily give this a 9 out of 10. I don't review tech products for a living. I'm pretty tech savvy, but I don't have an iPad. I haven't played around with many tablets before. And so if you're like me, you don't already own a tablet, this is really going to impress you because it certainly did for me. Just starting out, the construction of this thing, I mean, it's solid. It definitely has a very solid feeling. The glass on the top of this thing is Gorilla Glass, and I know that's supposed to be extremely tough and durable, and that's been my experience with it so far. It's the clarity of it, I'm hoping that comes through on the camera, but I mean, this is really clear. And this here, which you see, is kind of your bookshelf. If I flip this view around, you can actually see that it's actually a couple of shelves that you can scroll through here and see, like, these are your favorites down here, and then up here is what you've recently looked at. I like the widescreen view, so I'm just going to go back to that. You can see how it adjusts like that. And that was one of the complaints, actually, was that the power button on the bottom, that it wasn't a good location because you can set this down and then actually turn it off. But it's like really easy to correct that by just flipping it around. And there you go. Now the power button's on the top, so quick fix there. But yeah, you can just scroll through these and it'll just show you all the things that you've looked at in order of most recent. Most recent was on the top. So, I mean, yeah, it's really smooth, really crisp and clear. And so let me just go through a few of the basic features that it's got, starting with the newsstand. And right there, I got a Men's Health and a USA Today, so you can take a look at a magazine first. This is probably the thing that it does the worst, actually, is viewing magazines, because the screen is just too small. That's kind of an issue you're just going to run into with a 7-inch tablet. I mean, it's still, you can see the pictures are clear, and if you just tap the screen, it brings up all this nice, like, scrollable listing of all the pages, and so you can just go through and, like, actually find the ones that have the information you're looking for, and then yeah, just tap that and then, like, go back to the screen there. And then what you're going to end up having to do is, to actually view this, you're going to have to pinch the screen like that, where you can zoom in, and so that it makes it like a readable size. I mean, you might even want to get closer than that. And for this magazine, like, I noticed this view seemed to be a little bit, yeah, easier to get clearer pictures and stuff. So then you just pinch again to zoom out. So, and then again, just tap the screen anywhere to bring up this menu, where you can now click on the home button to go back to this screen here. And then let's take a look at a newspaper. And this actually does newspapers really well. The text is, like, immediately clear and readable. So you can just, it says here that you're at the front page. You can go through this. I mean, just tap an article and take a look. I mean, immediately it's really clear. This, like, has, you know, no problem reading that. You don't even have to adjust anything. If you did want to adjust things, though, you could just go there, and then brings up the adjustments for font sizes. And then this is the table of contents, so it brings you back to the front page. So obviously it's really simple to read a newspaper. Really nice feature there. Books, I got this one. This was actually a free one. With your Kindle Prime membership, there's a bunch of free things. This might actually be free even without a Prime membership, but it takes me back to right where I was when I left off. I just started reading, like, a little bit of this, so I haven't looked at it much. And again, you can go back, table of contents, beginning, location, bring that down. I can actually use this to scroll. Whoops. Yeah, you can scroll different pages. You see the numbers changing there, so I can, like, go to any page I need to. So books really well. Music, it's another thing. I've been really impressed with how that works with this. It's let's see, one that I downloaded here. This is actually on the device, but it's also stored in the cloud. So you can see how quickly this starts up if I play it from the cloud. Immediately starts up. The speakers get loud enough that, like, you know, they're usable. You've got a headphone jack too, so that's not really you know, an issue. If you really want high quality sound, you just plug it into your speakers or your headphones. And yeah, so let's just pause. Okay, and I also transferred a song from my computer onto the Kindle. You do that just by connecting the USB cable directly to your computer, and then it's really easy to just copy paste whatever songs you want over to the device. So I've done that. You can switch between like where you're getting the music from, either the cloud here at the top or device there. And so this is a song that I downloaded. It's one of my favorites. It's a classic song, good 80s song. And so you can see the speakers are loud enough that they're usable. And if I wanted to, I could leave that playing and then just surf on the internet or do whatever else I want to do while the music's playing. But for now, I'm going to go back to the home and show you video. And this is another area where I can see why Amazon gave you the Prime membership for free for a month, because this, once you start getting used to it, you're going to want to sign up for the full year. You can see the Prime Instant videos there are the ones that don't cost anything extra. And you go down here and these are some of the newer releases starting at $2.99, and then some of the premium TV shows that are $1.99 an episode. And so I'm just going to show you the quality of this video and how quickly it loads. You can see all these are all movies here that are included with the Prime membership, so they don't cost anything extra. And so I'll just like pick one. I mean, Basic Instinct is probably a good one to try out. Take a look at that, but misclick there. I guess we'll watch this one instead. This here, you just click Watch Now, and it starts up. And watch how quickly this starts loading. And there it goes. I mean, that was like 5-10 seconds max, and it's already starting up. So you can see the speakers plenty loud enough. And it's normally easier to click, but I'm doing some acrobatics here to be able to do this video while I'm talking and touching this thing. So yeah, that's movies. You can see it does really well. The video is really clear. Docs, it's self-explanatory. That's if you're working on some sort of Word doc, presentation, spreadsheet, something like that. Apps, I'll show you this. I haven't had a chance to play around with these too much, but there's about a dozen that are included, and then the store has a ton more that are available. So I'll just show you the store really quickly so that you can get an idea of how many there are. I mean, there's got to be thousands here, and they've got them categorized: top paid, top free, top rated. And so you can see they're it seems like they're anywhere from $1 to like $3 or $4, something like that, in that range. So there's a ton there to choose from. But the dozen that were included, one of them I want to show you is actually the magazines. I know that's like one of the weaknesses, but one of the free ones that was included was Golf Digest. And they actually, instead of giving you just a regular magazine, they actually made like an app for their magazine. So, and it makes you view it this way, so we'll take a look this way. But the app is way better than the regular magazine view, so I can see why they did this. And I'll show you here like how, and it just kind of went back to right where I left off at. And you won't be able to see the whole screen the way I've got this set up, but I'm just going to show you. I mean, like, the clarity of this text, like, and the graphics is just like, yeah, I mean, it's really good. And the way that they have the navigation for this is also better than a normal magazine. See, I brought up that menu where I can just instantly select one of these articles and go right to it. And then this here is even better, I think, where now you can see every article and just scroll through and see exactly how long each one is, and then go like right to the one that interests you. And yeah, it's way better than just the normal magazine view. So let's go back, and we'll go to the web. This is another one. I've seen some of the reviews by like CNET and some of the other places, and they said, like, they criticized the web and said it wasn't like fast enough. And let me close this down. Actually, this is the last one I've looked at. Yeah, and they said it wasn't fast enough, but like in my testing, it's been pretty darn fast, and way faster than whatever they were using. And I think it's because they reviewed this before it actually went public, and so the cloud is supposed to speed up the browsing. So more people use the Fire, the faster your browsing is supposed to get. So I'm just going to go to CNN.com and show you how quickly this loads. Let me go back to widescreen because it's now you can see the whole screen. I mean, look at that. That's like, it's already loaded. What was that, like a few seconds? I mean, that's way faster than whatever tests I saw that the other sites were doing. So definitely don't judge the browsing speed based on other sites, because this is, this is release day. I'm testing this right now. It's I think it's actually the day after release. And so you can see how I pinched the screen to zoom in. That's what you're going to need to do to click on the links. And so, but you just pinch and expand there to get closer. So we'll just hit that. And that's another thing too, that's like kind of a pro tip that I'm still getting used to myself, is that you really need to like almost press above where you're looking at, because the pad of your finger hits like kind of below where you're looking. So those of you that aren't used to touch screens, it's like you're gonna notice that pretty quickly. But I mean, you see how fast that loads. That's plenty fast enough to the point where you're not, you're not waiting too much, you're not getting annoyed waiting. So I thought it was plenty fast. And so in summary, this thing is really impressive. It's, like I said at the beginning, it's a 9 out of 10. The few things that it has trouble with, that it doesn't do perfectly, are still good enough that they're all usable and really nice features. So this is highly recommended, and if you want more detailed information on any of the particular functions that it does, I'm going to be creating more in-depth videos for each particular part, for instance the newsstand, the books, the music, all of that. So definitely check those out if you're interested. Thanks.